Welcome back to America's Commercial Real Estate Show. I'm Michael Bull. This segment is brought to you by Xceligent, building data everywhere. Visit xceligent.com. Well, today we're talking about associations that matter. And what I mean by associations that matter are commercial real estate associations. And, you know, for all of us in the industry, we know there's several associations. So which ones should we join and be a member of? Or which ones, plural, should we be involved in? And, you know, what are the benefits? What is the networking? What is it like? What's it going to do for your career and your enjoyment of life? Well, that's what we're figuring out today. Please welcome my next guest. This is Jim Neyer, and Jim is the 2018 chairman of NAIOP. Now, NAIOP, interestingly enough, stands for Commercial Real Estate Development Association, and Jim's joining us on Skype today. Jim, thanks for being with us.
Glad to be here. Thanks, Michael.
So, Jim, to get us started, who are the members of NAIOP? If it's Commercial Real Estate Development Associations, I guess some people may think, well, is that all developers and the people that help them?
Well, so first, NAIOP is a 50 years old now, just celebrated that 50th milestone. And it is an organization of 19,000 members across a little over 50 chapters in the U.S. and Canada. The primary members are real estate practitioners, the developers, investors in real estate, and those that support them, attorneys, architects, engineers, environmental, lenders, the list goes on. So it's a great association of all those coming together to advocate for the real estate development industry.
I see. And Jim, why should people join, or why are there 19,000 members of NAIOP?
Well, there are three primary purposes that NAIOP serves. First of all, there is the networking that everyone really benefits from in their local chapter as well as nationally, to meet other folks, to learn things, which leads then to the second piece, and that is the education. NAIOP offers a number of different education programs, including multiple certificate programs for real estate development, finance, various aspects. And then the last piece is the advocacy for the industry, working at the federal, state, and local levels to advance legislation, sound policies that help our members do business better, more profitably.
Well, that is so important, and thank you for doing that. And let's talk a little bit more about the education, because I think that's a big thing in our industry, that a lot of people get in our industry and they just aren't really well trained, and they're kind of learning from the seat of their pants. But so tell us, you have online training, are there these classes, their designations? Tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure. There are multiple ways that NAIOP offers learnings. There are online classes that are taught live. They tend to be a 8-week, 2 hours a week session with a little bit of homework in between, but primarily it is a course that is taught by members of the industry in their areas of expertise. And then they also have an on-demand program for these so that the folks can learn at their own pace, at their own time. And then there are a number of live conferences throughout the year. There are real estate insight programs that vary from time to time to be topical. The most recent one was in Brooklyn on office space, primarily about the co-working, which is a hot new thing in office. But then coming up in March in Seattle, we'll have the last mile real estate insights. In addition, there is a ICON, the industrial conference, which goes back and forth between the West Coast and East Coast from year to year. And then there is the Real Estate Converge, which is held in the fall and is a much broader conference that covers the various types of real estate and any number of different topics that are current for the day.
Yeah. So
in addition to that, then I would also add is that the local chapters have educational programs that they conduct of their own.
yeah, and there's more information on their website if you want to learn more about these conferences. Their website is NAIOP.org. That's NAIOP. So you also have research available on this website for members and for the public, right?
Yes, we do. We have a not-for-profit foundation, the Research Foundation, that is supported primarily by our governors, people that have been very active in our industry and want to pay something forward with that. In addition, their members are asked to make a voluntary donation with their renewals every year. That program endows certain research work, and we have a group of fellows, we call them, from the different real estate universities throughout the U.S. that submit ideas for research. We have those fellows also available to our different forum groups, which is another networking opportunity for our members. In a small group, get together once a year, or actually twice a year, to meet with their peers and really talk about items that are important to their particular forum interests. But back to the research is a wide-ranging amount of topics. There are some forecasts that are done for the industrial and the office market, helping people look forward to what the industry will bring. And I do encourage everyone to go on that. That's available to anyone, and it's just a wonderful value add that NAIOP offers.
We're talking with Jim Neyer, 2018 chairman of NAIOP. So Jim, what might surprise members who join NAIOP, or what might current members of NAIOP, how might they get more out of membership?
Well, certainly in all of our members, I think the first reason they join NAIOP is for the networking. I know that when I joined in the Minnesota chapter about 25 years ago, I was switching over from construction to real estate development and wanted to know more people, and it became just a great way to meet folks and learn more about this new industry I was in. When I moved to Cincinnati, the first thing I did was look up the NAIOP chapter to get to know all the folks in there. So clearly, there's a lot of NAIOP members do business with NAIOP members. That's a great benefit for everyone. And then the education. We all need to stay on top of the industry to learn more, to advance in our careers, and I think that is a wonderful reason. There are benefits that inure to membership, and I would request that those listening, if they're interested, reach out to their local chapter or log on to NAIOP.org to see if there's a chapter available.
Yeah.
We also have some at-large members as well, those that don't have a chapter in their geography, but still see the value of belonging to the national organization.
And I think when the year changes over, I think it's a lot of times people will look at what they're doing and what they're going to do and think about maybe joining new groups, new associations, or maybe maybe I don't need to be in the one I was in. So if you're a current member of NAIOP and you're kind of considering, hey, how can I get more out of NAIOP in 2018? What would you say to that?
Well, it's absolutely about getting engaged at the local level, showing up to the various meetings, talking to people, getting involved in the programs that they have. There's no greater way to add value to your career than showing your commitment to the industry, volunteering at the events that a local chapter has, taking their education courses, and then certainly going to the national different meetings and their education programs, and then truly the advocacy issue can't be undersold for the value it's adding. For example, right now with the tax policy changes going on in Washington, NAIOP's very much at the table, helping to negotiate better tax policy for all of our members. And they can't do that alone. The staff really depends upon the information that they get from our various members to help craft and advocate for the industry.
That great association, Jim. Great information. Thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure. Glad to be here.
So if you'd like more information on NAIOP, visit NAIOP.org, NAIOP.org. And like Jim said, they have some research there that's available for the public. You can read about their conferences and think about which conferences you might want to plan for 2018, and also check out their education. As many of you listeners and viewers know, I'm into training and education. I have my own company, commercialagentsuccess.com. So I believe we all ought to continue educating ourselves, because when we stop doing that, we're getting behind. Stay with us. We'll have more on associations that matter. I'm Michael Bull. This is America's Commercial Real Estate Show.